I'm looking at this as like a risk assessment. Upon arriving on the island, there was a certain level of risk that we took with our own lives, with what could happen to Los Santos if we did not get Johnny back or take him out. However, following the phone call with Divine, the matters changed. Now, the following statements were made. Number one, that he is fine. And in turn, while he has not admitted it, he is now being allowed to live by Yaeger. Inherently, Divine has said in so many words, he is with Yaeger now. Yaeger is trying to gaslight us into believing that Divine has been released and let go and whatever. That doesn't pass the sniff test. It doesn't pass it because he was already pissed about a cop being compromised. He would have had to tell him, he would have been tortured. He would have, Yaeger's going to know what Divine told us, is what I'm getting at.
Divine was talking to Yaeger when he was on the phone with me. He was saying, Yaeger, can we go and talk to him? He's with Yaeger.
Exactly. So, given all of this, and given that we were instructed to leave the island, and and the statements that Yaeger made to you, Toretti, which do need to be in a report, we were not able to conduct Aegis business. He was instructed by me before our arrival that we needed to, he was instructed by me that I was there I'm on your landing pad here on the island on an official Aegis business. That's when he had the phone call with you. He tried to tell us to leave. He has now been given official notice, and he is stating that he does not know where Divine is. It doesn't matter. We're going to take this. We're going to attach it with the rest of the evidence we have in regards to the weapons and shit, and we are going to invade.
I think that's hasty.
What are you thinking?
Wars are not won by invasion. Wars are won by attrition. If we know one thing about that island, it is that it is a parasite that subsists off of us. I say you shut the border. I say we sanction them, shut the borders for 2 weeks, and if they still refuse to comply, if they still want to try to continue to breathe, then we invade.
The problem is our financial assessment of the island is they do not make money from visitors. Their money is primarily made from the trafficking. The trafficking is done by those that hold passports.
Yes, but trafficking is going to be a hell of a lot easier to actually put a nail in if people aren't catching private flights out there.
The problem is they got weapons of mass destruction being produced and smuggled out to Los Santos. Look at our problem with that.
I do think that your plan, Bundy, there makes a lot of sense. I think the issue here is all the damage that's been done over the last 4 weeks. I think even if we were to siphon them, of those that are involved, they'll find a means to keep that island afloat. But I do think we should still keep that on the table.
I mean, I like the sanction idea, but I want to play ball. I'm tired of talking to these people. I'm tired of phone calls. I want to go down there with everybody, give us Divine, or else it's war. That's what I want.
Okay. My concern, and forgive me, both commissioners, because one of you denies it and one of you wasn't present for it. The last time that we declared a war on a little shit box with stacked cars, it was a fight for us.
Oh, we won. No.
It will be different this time around, Bundy.
Okay, well, we had everything. I just hope you understand, during that war, we had everything.
Yeah, I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that we
They
won.
had the high ground.
It still came at a cost, though.
It's going to come at a cost either way. We are invading a fortified island. But it's about the principle of things. It's about what happened and them continue to ignore our warnings and the conversation we're having, especially after Brian has talked to Yaeger and has told him this, to continue to smuggle and bring in weapons of mass destruction, we can't let that go. We can't just sanction them and hope to God the problem will be fixed.
Bundy, there's a ace up our sleeve. Hydra. Hydra.
You want to draft Hydra?
I want to draft every gang and give them a week of us not investigating them. That's an offer they can't refuse.
They can if they're offered rockets that we can't give them.
And once and if we find this material, we'll let them know that we'll put the bench up to a special mission event and we'll win it ourselves.
The trick is selling it. You've got to sell that. You've got to, because Big T's right. A lot of these people, you're going to face the Michael Simone problem. You're going to face the problem of people wanting what this island can provide to them. You're going to have to demonstrate to them that helping or aiding will open a power vacuum that they might be able to fill.
I'll be honest.
You're not drafting,
serious
is what you're doing.
Look, the victims of this have been a lot of the Roosters guys, right?
I love mixing a little bit of like meme into Brian's serious voice.
Because they're also getting stuff from them, from what I understand.
I don't think you guys understand how this works. If St. Queen Island does not abide by the treaty, they get leveled. That is the expectation they're given. And they need to understand that. This is not a game. This is war.
Okay.
So
that might be true, but you understand that they have firepower too. If we send planes over there, they have homing missiles.
It's war. People are going to die, right? Both sides are going to have...
Christ.
Okay, here's my new proposition, then. Because Big T's right. We're not prepared for this. And Commissioner, I know you feel very strongly about going to war with the island.
Not anytime soon, of course. There'll be a draft, training, all of that. There'll be a lot of things that will go into it. We wouldn't just say, you know what, tomorrow we're going to war, right?
Yeah, I mean, we just got automatic rifles back into our armory 24 hours ago. Meanwhile, we showed up, and within 5 minutes, there was a man with an AK-74 standing on a rooftop across from us.
Pretty sure that was... I know that.
We put the sanctions in place with an expected deadline that we then violate and go to war. We do the same thing that we did in Iraq. We just kind of drop the smoke screen off of them.
Yeah, I like that plan. I think we talked to the Senate. We proposed a 1-week sanction. If we don't hear anything from Yaeger and his island in 1 week, we'll get a war.
My point is we give them a 2-week deadline, and if we don't hear anything in 1 week, then we go to war.
You know what? 14 days sounds pretty good, actually. I like that.
I think we're all on the same page. It's just the timeline. I think we're actually on the same page in the timeline. The only thing that changes here is the sanction that Bundy is suggesting.
The sanction is an intermediate step, I think, in order to provide the Senate time to arm us time to draft or sell and recruit.
I agree. We lock down that border. We leave people there 24/7.
You can't lock down the border. That's the problem. That's
Why not?
the biggest issue when it comes to St. Queen. We can. It's an island. They can leave from any quarter direction they want.
Right. Okay, but listen, the only people that are going to be able to sneak over there without us being able to monitor are people with their own planes and their own shit. However, if we have people here, like Luca just called out a helicopter flying over there, and we have people at the airport, we can lock down those places, see who's trying to go in and out of there.
It's ready.
We can make sure the order.
We've been trying to do that for the past 2 months.
Why
it is impossible.
We have tried.
It is a needle in a haystack, brother. It is so hard to find.
15 members of SRU, well equipped with some of our best equipment. You can sneak in and out of that island. We can't do shit.
That's the problem. So what we'll do when we talk to the Senate as well, I'm going to propose Yaeger Demon Blood, the second he stepped foot in Los Santos, he's to be under arrest right away. Second, we freeze all their accounts. They cannot use them here. Third, sanctions. Fourth, we start the draft. We start training our civilian population. It will be a special task force with a multiple coalition coming together to invade St. Queen if we go down that path.
There's another option as well. Commissioner, we up the cop limit to 100.
Like I said, it won't be only PD involved in this operation.
This is what I mean by like throwing in the little jokes here and there.
I think Justice has got it right. I think that's a good starting point. More bullet points might need to be spread throughout there as the situation develops, but we buy ourselves time to train, prepare, talk to the Senate, get the arms we need. We give them a fake deadline, and then we.
Yeah, I love just throwing like little things in there, like with the
realistic.
serious voice. It's just I feel like it keeps to the humor. You know what I
I'm
mean?
going to try to work on the military part with the Senate, try to figure that part out, and try to start working on the training for the civilian population and everybody who wants to be involved. I'll work on that. Bundy and Brian, you guys work on the legality and the paperwork side of things. If you're ready, you'll be coming with me as well. That way we can start working on multiple fronts while trying to accomplish the same goal. So we can accomplish a lot in a short amount of time.
Understood.
Brian, you've already got the notice of extradition that you can send over to Yaeger.
Yep, already done.
The only additional task is to find out. I mean, frankly, if it's as simple as a felony obstruction of justice warrant, then that can be something that's written up by somebody who has more knowledge as to how he potentially messed up this investigation. Because the law doesn't specify that we need to want him for a violent crime. If we want to prosecute him, we can bring him in. I'm fairly confident of that.
And listen, if we have to get dirty, we can get really dirty. I don't want to go down that path unless we have to. We should definitely play it clean. There's going to be a lot of eyes and ears in this thing. If we can pull it off without being dirty or committing any, war crimes, then they'll be singing songs about this afterwards.
8-11.
With all due respect, Commissioner.
The War of 8-11.
Yeah. if we're gonna draft Hydra and other gangs to assist us, well, war crimes wise, whatever happens on that island.
It was 8-11.
Trust me, I thought about paying gangs to go blackout and take them all out. I thought about that as well. But I'd rather do this, our way. Tooth and nail, trying to show them that, hey, we're not going to sit back and just take it. We're going to push your shit into.